In this video, we'll see how to convert with customary units of measure. So here is a very handy conversion chart that you want to have down. Okay, when we talk about customary units of measure, it's the units that in the United States we're so used to using, like inches and feet and yards and ounces and cups and pints and pounds and tons and all of these here. Okay, you want to make sure that you get all of these down here because these are the ones that you need to know in order to do the conversions. So we're going to use something called dimensional analysis to do this. And what dimensional analysis is, it's a method that uses conversion factors to convert between one unit of measure and another. And so the way we're going to do this is we're going to place our starting unit over 1, and we're going to multiply by the necessary conversion factors. And we want to make sure you set up your factors so the units will cancel out. And you'll see some examples of that. And then we multiply and divide the remaining numbers. All right, so let's take a look at a few sample problems here. Okay, I want to use dimensional analysis to convert these. I want to go in the first one from feet to yards. I want to set up the problems and be sure to show the units that I'm using here. So, again, I'm going to take my 67 feet, keeping my units here. Remember, what I start with goes over 1. Then I'm going to multiply here. And I just got to think back to the conversion factors. How many feet are in a yard? Well, we know there's 3 feet in a yard. So the way I want to set this up is I want to put feet in my denominator. So 3 feet make up 1 yard. And the reason I'm putting feet in the denominator is when I multiply, these units will cancel each other out, right? Because feet in the numerator will cancel out with feet in the denominator, leaving me with yards. So I just multiply straight across. 67 times 1, 67 yards. 1 times 3 is 3. 67 over 3, 22 and 1/3 yards. This next one's going to take a few conversion factors to go through. So I've got 68 cups and I want to go to gallons. So I'm going to start with 68 cups, place that over 1, and then I know based on my conversion factors that 2 cups make 1 pint. So since cups is in the numerator here, I want to put cups in the denominator here, so they will cancel out. But I need to get to gallons, so I got to use another conversion factor. And I know, based on the chart, that 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. So I'm going to put the 2 pints in the denominator, because over here I had pints in the numerator. So 1 quart is 2 pints. Almost there. I also know from that chart that 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. And again, quarts is in the denominator here, so I can cancel out my units. So when I cancel, right, cups cancel out, pints cancel out, quarts cancel out. That leaves me with gallons. And then I just need to multiply across here. So 68 times 1 times 1 times 1, 68 over 1 times 2 times 2 times 4, that's 16. And 68 over 16. Well, 68 goes into 16, or 16 goes into 68 4 times. 4 times 16 is 64, so I've got 4 16ths left over, which reduces down to a fourth. So 68 cups is 4 1/4 gallons. All right, here are a couple for you to do on your own, just like the sample problems. Be sure you have that chart with you to help you with the conversions. All right, I want to change ounces to pounds. So I have 56 ounces over 1. And I know that 16 ounces, that's got to be the denominator, is equal to 1 pound. So I can cancel out my ounces here. And I'll see 56 times 1 is 56. 1 times 16 is 16. And my unit that's left is pounds. 56 over 16, 16 goes into 56 3 times with 8 left over. 8 sixteenths is a half, so 3 1/2 pounds. All right. Next, I want to go from gallons to pints. So I'm going to start off with my units here, 3 gallons over 1. And I know that 1 gallon is 4 quarts. But I need to get the pints. So I got to convert here. I know that 2 pints is 1 quart. And now I've got my pints, so I can cancel out my units. Gallons and gallons, quarts and quarts. And when I multiply straight across, 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24 pints. And 1 times 1 times 1 is 24 over 1. So 24 pints is equal to 3 gallons. All right, just a couple more to do. I want to go from miles to inches. So I start with 3 miles over 1 times. I know there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. And I know 1 foot is made up of 12 inches. My units will cancel out here. Miles, miles, feet, feet, leaving me with inches. 3 times 5,280 times 12. A lot of inches here. 190,080 inches in 3 miles. And the last one, I need to go from ounces to gallons. So I'm going to start with my ounces here, 256 ounces. Put that over 1. I know I need ounces in my denominator here, and I know I can convert ounces to cups. So 8 ounces is 1 cup. I know I want cups in my denominator here, and I convert cups to pints. I know 2 cups is 1 pint. I need pints in my denominator here, and I need quarts up here. So I know 2 pints is 1 quart. And finally, quarts in the denominator here, gallons up top. 4 quarts is 1 gallon. You can see all the units that cancel out here: ounces, cups, pints, quarts. And now when I multiply everything out, 256 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 256 gallons. And then 1 times 8 times 2 times 2 times 4, right, is going to give me 128. And 256 divided by 128 is 2. So 256 ounces is 2 gallons. And that is how we do unit conversions.